Hello. It is the Saturday wrap. The Saturday wrap for Saturday, the 16th of May 2026, semi live from Bedwas in the semi lovely Lower Rumney Valley. If you haven't seen this before, this was my week. This is what I did. This is what happened to me. This is me mostly complaining about things. So let's get on with it. For Saturday, the 16th of May 2026, the word or phrase of the week. And I got this from last week's elections. It was about some council, and the phrase was no overall control. And I thought, what a metaphor for practically everything. Politics, work-life balance, work in general, IT, finance, practically everything. Everything is kind of lost and bobbing up and down on the ocean. And I am just going to spend my time looking at what happens around me and seeing, is that an example of no overall control? I've already started, and you see it everywhere, completely everywhere, and kind of, yeah. Anyway, and this is an example of just because something is like it is now doesn't mean it's going to stay this way. App of the week. Actually, CoPilot, Microsoft product. Yeah, and this is just pictures. Before it was model decay, orangey, horrible, whatever. I had to go at photorealistic. Wow. Absolutely wow. It is very much like Nano Banana 2, he says, coughing. I've had a bit of a cough this week, actually. But yeah, it is back in the game. Definitely back in the game. And oh yeah, definitely croaky. The thing of the week, and I don't know if I've mentioned this before. I probably have, but I'm going to mention it again because on Wednesday I went to Tesco's and went completely mad with meal deals. I love prepackaged sandwiches. I like the drinks, the Pepsi Max with lime or the multivitamins, orange and whatever juice and club card points. But yeah, where would we be without Tesco club card deals? Often imitated, never beaten, especially if you have the triple pack sandwiches. But there you go. And thoughts. I have been thinking about a lot about really values. Everyone nowadays has values. We are a values driven company, organization, council, government, whatever. And I just think it's far easier to say it than to actually do it. If you put it in enough places, people will believe what you say. But maybe it doesn't actually happen. Anyway, my values, fine ales. You can trust me on that. Absolutely. Anyway, the song of the week. Well, I actually bought this album, and this is the title track, and the album itself is so, and it had a cover which would definitely be banned today. In fact, it was banned in America, and it's by the German band The Scorpions from 1979. The album is Love Drive with Michael Schenker, actually, and it's the title track, and it is hard rocking Teutonic rock in English, and I love it. I don't love everything the Scorpions do, but I love this, and this just kind of stands out. But when people say about the Scorpions, this never gets mentioned. However, 1979, yeah. Anyway, so the week that was on Saturday, Hybrid Beano, I checked out how many tokens and how much it had cost to transcribe my various ditties. 1/3 of a US cent. I'm still quite under 1 cent completely at the moment. It is really good. It is really good. And going out in the afternoon, due to the Senate elections and the result, I decided to do an all Welsh Beano. So I put a Welsh cake on the top of my first drink, and I had a can of Yaki Da from Dark Element Brew Co. Down with the kids in the politics. There you go. Sunday, mowed the lawn. Yeah, actually. Monday, boiler service. I have my issues with British Gas, but their boiler servicing people, they're great. I think it was Nathan. He just came, he just did it. He warned me about this, that, and the other. He checked it over. He was in and out. He did a fine job. Thank you very much, Nathan. Much appreciated. Monday night, Apple updates. Everything and backported as well. So even if you've got an old Apple device, yeah, check for updates. Definitely check for updates. On Tuesday, I had an email from Hive. Your boiler may have ignition problems. Well, not while he was testing it. I mean, the radiators came on, all that was fine and whatever. In the night, I came home, had a bath. It started first time, it was fine. And then I had a message saying, your boiler's back working normally. I suspect it was just a bit slow, like a day's worth of bit slowness, detecting that the boiler was turned off as part of the test. Thank you, Hive. Who are they owned by? I wonder. Anyway, yeah, work was worky like during the week. And on Wednesday, although it happened on Tuesday, it was Patch Tuesday stroke Wednesday stroke tons and tons of updates, mainly because of Mythos. You know, that sort of thing. Thursday, this is great. I heard what was like a lot of rain. Turned out to be hail, heavy hail, really heavy hail, and there was a seagull on the roof next door getting battered, completely battered, and his head was up in the air trying to avoid them, and yeah. I haven't got much time for seagulls, I have to be honest, but I did have a sympathy for this one. And Friday. Friday is a day for nice people, talking to nice people, doing nice things, going over the tumble, and having a boneless chicken basket. Anyway, the weekend is nearly sure. The weather forecast Saturday, not as good as Sunday, which is not particularly that good either. Tree Forest. Definitely Tree Forest. Anyway, thank you for listening to this completely, thing. And comments are very welcome. Do take care. See ya.